All right. Well, I'm a little sad that they are gone, and boy, were they gone. You guys would have been proud of me. I made it all the way through the Possum Encore tonight, and then we did good getting out of there. We were so near the top and so near the exit, got right to the car and got out of there, but that did not stop the band from beating us out of there. We're almost approaching Colonel Glenn. It's like we're gonna get out of here. All these people that were all the walkers had were at the taking up the crosswalk, and then boom, here come the band flying by. I was like, it's been a while. Normally I beat the band out of there, but not tonight. So good job to the P-Fish on to Chicago. So I feel really grateful that they came into Dayton, especially for 2 nights. How awesome is that? And then going all the way back, I want to thank Chuck and Lisa. They made a big donation to the channel way back at the ticket on sales. I don't know if they'll hang around if they've hung around and they'll see this, but thank you guys so much for that. And thank you to everybody that I ran into tonight and stopped me and said hello. Talked to Tellurian, man. It's only got one little thing tonight. I did see the Canadian again, though. He was not right. He was near our section. He came over and said hello. Mostly spoke to Mary again, I noticed, I'll say. And that's right. She was back with me for night 2. Night 1 did not take her out. She enjoyed it. I feel like the 50-minute Down with Disease Ruby Waves combo might have put an end to her, though, as well as others in our section. And then, so let's go all the way back to the beginning, to the Set Your Soul Free. And look, all right, it does deliver a jam, but I feel like, we just want something that we all love as the opener, and all right, it did deliver its jam. Then we get into Funky Bitch after that. And then Mike really waking the place up, at one point on the vocals. He was like, every time, like he really screamed the vocals, got a reaction out of the place and got everybody rocking at that point. Then they calm it back down a little bit for a slow build in Roggae. Lights going really well early and often tonight. The Kill Devil Falls. Song that I've just kind of flipped on. Like, I didn't really like it that much. Like, whatever, it's just a little rocker. But then a couple of times, once you see it go to that next level, and not that it's always going to be one of the big jams of the night, but even now I can get down with a 7, 8, 9 minute Kill Devil Falls there. Then they followed that up with Steam. At a protest, I sat down for Steam. It's the best I can do. Then they followed that up with My Friend. Now, I thought that My Friend was a bit of a mess. In fact, I thought Chris just had to take over on the lights. That beginning section especially. And then, it wasn't bad. It wasn't like disaster level, My Friend, but I thought it was a little bit of there were some problems there. And then Chris was just like, that's it. I'm taking over. I'm hitting them with the coolest stuff I got. And then boom, white lights. We're peaking this thing. I don't care if the band's with me or not. That's where we're headed. And it totally worked. I have no idea what happened there at the end of My Friend, other than the light show took over. And it was quite awesome. Then we got into Mike Gordon's Crazy Sometimes, which felt good following that just insane light display there. So then Crazy Sometimes, which I believe they also played last time. We got a little bit of a combo of like all the Dayton shows really here. A few first timers for the Dayton and the Nutter Center crowds, but we got Crazy Sometimes again. Mike was all fired up for Funky Bitch. Trey give him another round, and then Walls of the Cave ending the set strong. Big, we got Chomp Dust last night. We're going Chomper Crazy to end sets here, apparently. And then the Down with Disease Ruby Wave. The Down with Disease was really good. What will most likely get overlooked and forgotten about. Again, they opened up the second set, I believe, back in 2017 with a pretty sick Down with Disease. A lot of Trey and Mike making it a couple times tonight, way in the back feeling Mike's bass rumbling in the gut. That's always nice. I did not feel like, maybe there was a song or two, I don't even remember which one, where it was like, oh, it's probably Ruby Wave. It was Down with Disease, maybe. Or was it Kill Devil? Somewhere in this Down with Disease, Ruby Waves, Trey just goes off on a really like, is this like a classic rock song? Is this just like, what is this? This is a Ruby Waves? It just sounds so good that you feel like this can't just be coming on the fly. And the part of the jam there and this combo, they kind of ran together on me. I know then toward the tail end of Ruby Waves was its whole different thing. That was not to be confused with much else of anything. I mean, that sucker had to run 30 minutes or so, right? And, had its chaotic moments. Like this is like a split open and melt jam. We're onto the Ruby Waves now. I think the Down with Disease had the really nice classic rock sounding Trey. And a little rumbling Mike. And then the Ruby Waves, it felt like they were finished after just kind of it was good, but just like maybe reminiscent to like a lot of crazy Ruby Waves jams. Kind of had a split open and melt feel to it. Pretty wild light display, of course. And then they go back into Ruby. They finish the song. And I'm going to re-listen, but I think it was Paige that was like, no, man, I am not done. And he was over there. And Trey was like, oh, all right. Paige still has a little bit left to offer here on Ruby Waves. And boy, did it really kick up from there. It just turned into a totally different new jam. Kind of more like an alien. Kind of had a little alien invasion vibe to it there, I felt. And then finally, after that, it felt maybe almost an hour, 45 minutes, 50 minutes, something like that, of Down with Disease and Ruby. Into Lifeboy to calm it down. Talking to a fan of the channel at Set Breaking before the show, and I think I had mentioned, and he was like, yeah, I'd like some different stuff if we're going to calm it down. He even said that the Set Your Soul Free might open the show. He was right. And then I was like, how about like Lifeboy or something? Boom. Definitely, if you're going to calm it down for like a piss break song or a beer song, although you don't want to roll out on Lifeboy. All right, and then it got going. I love Lifeboy, but it definitely calmed the place down after all the madness of Ruby Waves, and then I hear those opening notes to Piper. I got pretty excited. Now, we ripped through the Piper pretty quickly. After they couldn't have had much left in the tank after that Down with Disease and Ruby Waves as far as crazy jams go. But Piper did what it does best, man. It just kind of shreds, and then into backwards down the number line. I was already fearing a Possum. I didn't know this late in the show I was going to get a number line Possum, but Egg in the Hole also in the encore with Possum, not to be overlooked. And then I Am the Walrus, if there was any kind of influence from Frank Zappa on the band tonight, I would say it was that. Ending shows, there was a tour or two. There were Frank's, the best band you've never heard. They like to end shows with I Am the Walrus. So, crazy sometimes, and I will see. I'll have to re-listen to my friend again. But I thought the lights kind of stole the show there. Just completely took over. That's cool. Every now and then I'll hear somebody say that, comment that online. And I'm like, did the lights really just take over and save the song? Or, was it really? Yeah, totally. It happened. I witnessed it. I don't know how the... I don't know. I don't know. How'd the Ruby go with on Couch Tour? Definitely aided by the lights and the feeling of the alien invasion. Same thing with My Friend and Crazy sometimes. So I don't know. I don't know how this would have went over on Couch Tour. Who cares? I was in the house, luckily. All right. Egg in a Hole. Got another sci-fi soldier there. No Casvot, no Chilling Thrilling. And then maybe somewhere in that Ruby Waves jams, there was like some talking underneath maybe. Thought I maybe even heard the My Pet Cat drop. Not sure. It's like, is Rose here? All right, guys, boom. I think that about does it. It was a wild 2 nights. I don't even know. I think there was parts of night 1 I loved. There's parts of night 2. I loved about every part of night 1, actually. Numberline and Possum. That's a gut punch. And Steam. I love about all their songs, but there's a few. I've just, only been to 36 shows. I say only because some of you psychos, that's nothing. 12 Possums now and 36 shows. If my math is correct, that is 33%. 1 in 3. That's too many. Too many Possums. All right, guys, boom. I'm a trooper, though, man. I stuck it out. No need to bounce on the encore. Except last night when I shoved that guy out of the way to leave during first tube. I just left my seat. Calm down. Love you guys.